I don't know who it is. Dean Mann. Tempe Diablo Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. Welcome to the 2024 Msbl 37th Annual World Series as the Hudson Valley Bears take on the Sacramento Nationals. Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Anderson. Hudson Valley, located 90 miles north of Manhattan. They are 0-1. Sacramento, the Nationals, are 1-1. This is 50-plus wood bat. And the Nationals 1-1. They just got done with the ball game of theirs. And right-hander Dean Mann on the mound for the Nationals, and digging in from the right side, second baseman Damian Padilla for the Hudson Valley Bears. So Padilla awaits the first pitch and takes a little bit low and outside, and it's 1-0. Padilla to be followed by Milroy, the pitcher, and Lou Vernagallo. So Hudson Valley in those brown uniforms kind of remind you of the old Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Nationals out of Sacramento, kind of like the Braves or the Cleveland Indians. That pitch in for a strike. It's 1-1. Man to Damian Padilla. "95 degrees, the 1-1 pitch. Swung and fouled first base side. It's 1-2 on Padilla. About 95 degrees. Tempe, the suburb just to the south and east of the airport, just south of Phoenix, southeast, home of Arizona State University. 1-2 on Padilla. Shadows starting to come out just a little bit. The 1-2 pitch to Padilla. Changeup drop low and inside. It's 2-2. The Nationals just got done with their ball game just behind here at one of the other fields here at Tempe Diablo, which opened in 1969 but renovated in 2002, the Los Angeles Angels spring training home. This one swung and chopped towards right field. Second baseman has trouble playing it, picks it up, fires to first, not in time. So we got the lineups a little bit late, so we're going to have to take a look and see who's out at certain positions. And at second base that time, it was Kirk Brown. Brown unable to handle that one. And at first base, Chapman. So as the Nationals just finished their ball game, doing everything in a little bit of a hurry, they not able to get all 9 innings in, but Nationals 1-1. They just finished, just hustled over here to get things started. Here's Mark Milroy, the pitcher, with Padilla, the runner, at first base for Hudson Valley. Top of the first inning, no score, nobody out. Dean Mann from the stretch. Chapman, the first baseman, holding on Padilla, who has a short lead at first. The first pitch. Fastball missed, tying inside, and it's 1-0. On deck is Lou Vernagallo, the third baseman for Hudson Valley. New York State, runner at first, nobody out. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball in for a strike, 1-1.
Eric, I think their uniform is a replica of the Bad News Bears.
I haven't seen that uniform in so long, or that program. How many did they do? They did a couple of those movies. Runner at first, nobody out. 1-1 pitch to Milroy. Changeup drops low and inside. The sun, in general, anytime here in Arizona, spring training for the major leaguers, it's always a very high sky, very difficult to see. The 2-1 pitch. Changeup caught the outside edge, but this time of the afternoon it gets more difficult. The outfielders shading their eyes. Neal in right field, shading his eyes. Top of the first inning, no score. The Bears at bat. Nobody out runner at first. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball low and outside. And the count is 3-2. Spring training home of the Los Angeles Angels. Padilla short lead at first base and a courtesy toss to first, not in time to Chapman. Right-hander Dean Mann on the mound trying to keep Padilla close. The payoff pitch downstairs, ball 4, and runners at first and second for Hudson Valley with nobody out here in the top of the first inning.
Batting third, number 23, Lou Vertigallo.
So Vertigallo, the third baseman, comes up with an opportunity here on the top of the first inning for the Bears. Runners at first and second and nobody out. Man from the stretch, a check at second, the pitch, high and tight, and it's 1-0. Wide open stance for the number 3 hitter for Hudson Valley. This swung on, popped up on the infield, third base. That ball is dropped, picked up by the shortstop Gonzalez over to third, and they get the out. Now, I would think there'd be an infield fly rule on that one. Wouldn't that be correct, Jeff?
Eric, I don't know if they're calling it.
Batting fourth, number 5, J.P.
I
Cunningham.
don't know if they're even calling it in this tournament.
Librado is the third baseman. There's 2 number 16s, but it's Ruben Librado at third base. And I don't know if they are calling that. Nevertheless, it's Padilla was out at third. Vertigallo on at first base with a fielder's choice. Milroy at second. There's one down, and here's J.P. Cunningham, the first baseman, and the cleanup hitter. Runners at first and second, one down the pitch. Change up in for a strike. Hudson Valley is 0-1, trying to get their first win of the tournament. It's 0-1, high and tight to Cunningham. Milroy at second, he walked. Vertigallo at first. The 1-1 pitch dropped a little bit low and outside, and it's 2-1. On deck is Tom Lawrenson. The 2-1 pitch way outside, 3-1 from Dean Mann to J.P. Cunningham, the cleanup hitter for the Bears. Mention on the infield from third to first, Librado, Gonzalez, Brown, Chapman. Still trying to find out the rest of the ball players. The 3-1 pitch is down low, ball 4, and they're loaded up with one out for Lawrenson.
Batting fifth, number 34, Tom Lawrenson.
Give Tom a special thanks for purchasing.
Special thanks to Tom Lawrenson for purchasing. And he's got an opportunity with the infield playing in, particularly at first, with Chapman bases loaded and one down. No score, top of the first inning. This one swung and missed on a changeup. And it's 0-1 on Lawrenson. Milroy at third, he walked. Vertigallo at second, a fielder's choice, and Cunningham at first, he walked. 0-1 on Lawrenson, the center fielder and number 5 hitter. Golfs at 1 down and in, and it's 0-2. Neil Brolin is the catcher. Perez in center field. The 0-2 pitch Swung on and popped up on the left side of the infield. This could be trouble. Coming in is Gonzalez, the shortstop, making a basket catch, and there's 2 down.
Batting sixth, number 21.
So a replay as Gonzalez comes in and makes the basket catch. 59 years old, Edgar Gonzalez. There's 2 down, and man 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Here's Craig Wood, the shortstop, with the bases loaded and 2 down. Top of the first inning with no score. Man deals the first pitch. Changeup whacked on the ground to short. Gonzalez will go the short way to Brown, and that ends the inning. 6-4, fielder's choice. That ends the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error. They leave the bases loaded, does Hudson Valley. We move to the bottom half of inning number 1. No score, Hudson Valley and the Sacramento Nationals. Bottom of the first inning, Sacramento, the Nationals 1-1, come to bat against right-hander Mark Milroy. Milroy behind him defensively and left to right. Galati, Lawrenson, and Brooks infield third to first. Verna Gallo, Wood, Padilla, and Cunningham. The catcher is Dreyer. And leading off is number 2, Mark Aguilio. Aguilio will be followed by Manny Perez in the batting order for the Sacramento Nationals, who just finished their ball game moments ago before this one on the field behind us. Milroy's first pitch low and outside past Dreyer. It's 1-0. Hudson Valley in that top of the first inning had the bases loaded with 1 down, and Lawrenson popped to short and Wood grounded to short in a fielder's choice. Milroy's 1-0 pitch to Aguilio, fastball high and tight, 2-0. Again, the sun a big factor on that right side. Padilla at second base, shading his eyes. Center fielder Lawrenson, Brooks in right. Cunningham at first, the 2-0 pitch. Fastball high and tight, 3-0. Shadows coming out. Time is about 4:30 Pacific time. We're on technically Mountain, but it's like Pacific time in California. The 3-0 pitch showing bunt, taking high, ball 4, and Aguilio walks.
Batting second, number 30.
So Aguilio, a 4-pitch walk, and here's Manny Perez, 53 years old, the center fielder for Sacramento. And Aguilio, the runner at first base with nobody out for Sacramento. Here's Perez. Milroy's first pitch, a high or a tight fastball called a strike. It's 0-1 on Perez. Backdrop of right field is I-10. Cars heading towards Tucson. This one hit off the fist into shallow center field for a base hit. So Perez muscles a looping single into center field. And there's two aboard here, runners at first and second in the bottom of the first for Sacramento. Here's Bill Neal coming to the plate. He's in right field in this ball game, a right-handed hitter, 62 years old. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Milroy's pitch, it is bunted and popped up foul straight back. On deck, Bernard Daniel Dion. So Neal trying to advance those runners on a bunt attempt, but fouled it back. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Nationals at bat, nobody out. And no score. That in the dirt. A good job by Dreyer to block that. And it's 1-1 on Bill Neal. Dimensions here to straightaway center field, 420 down the left field line, 340 to right, 360. Milroy's 1-1 pitch, and that just about hit him. Back to Moy, it's 2-1. Oh, he blocked it? Oh, the previous pitch, a replay. Good job by Dreyer. Milroy from the stretch, the 2-1 pitch, and that low one inside just about hit him again. It's 3-1 on Neal, the number 3 hitter. To be followed by the cleanup hitter, Bernard Dion. Bernard Daniel Dion. Runners at first and second with nobody out. 3-1 offering, swung on line towards second on one hop. It gets past Padilla into right field. In the alley, one run will score. Brooks picks it up in deep right center field. They have Perez running around third. The throw coming in is up the third base line. It's 2-0 in favor of the Nationals here in the bottom of the first inning with nobody out. So Neal singling to right. Aguilio scored from second, and Perez all the way from first as it got in that alley in right center field. So 2-0 Sacramento here in the bottom of the first. Still nobody out. A walk, a single, and a single. Here's Bernard Daniel Dion with the runner at second, nobody out. Milroy's pitch to Dion. He laid off a fastball downstairs. Dion, 54 years old, the cleanup hitter for Sacramento. 2-0 Sacramento, bottom of the first inning with nobody out. Neal at second. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside, 2-0. Mentioned that Sacramento got over here late. Dion is either DHing or playing left field. The 2-0 pitch swung and hammered in the air towards right center field. Giving chase is Lawrenson, makes a tremendous running catch in deep right center field, and tagging up and heading from second to third is Neal. Lawrenson, a great job in right center field to track that deep drive down by Dion. In fact, on top of it, having to fight that sun. Tremendous. It's good for a replay on that one. Lawrenson fighting that sun and looking like Mickey Rivers out there, played here, I'm sure, with the Angels way back. I don't know why Mickey, maybe with the Angels coming to mind. Neal at third, one down the pitch. Fastball high and tight to Edgar Gonzalez. The 1-0 pitch to Gonzalez, swung and a miss, tied him up just a bit, 1-1. Gonzalez, 59 years old, hitting in the 5 spot for Sacramento. Leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning with one down. Neal at third, the 1-1 pitch. Gonzalez, a big rip, comes up empty on the pitch. The outside part of the plate, 1-2. Spring training home of the Los Angeles Angels. The 1-2 pitch sailed just a little high and tight, and it's 2-2 on Edgar Gonzalez, to be followed by Ruben Labrado. Two-two pitch popped up foul, first base side, and giving chase, and unable to make the catch, and falling over that wall, hopefully is okay, is Cunningham. So Cunningham getting up, but appears to be okay, but that's would give anybody a little bit of a knock the wind out of him a little bit. Didn't make the catch, but a valiant effort, and he appears to be okay. It's a round of applause for the effort. Take a look at the replay of that as Cunningham gave it a good chase, but unable to come up with that. Bottom of the first inning, Sacramento trying to increase their record to 2-1. They just finished their prior ball game moments before this one, right behind us. The 2-2 pitch backed him away on a changeup curve that didn't break. It's 3-2. Neal, the runner at third, he's single. There's one down. The count 3-2 on the number 5 hitter Gonzalez. The payoff pitch, a little chin music, backed him away. Ball 4, the second walk of the inning for Milroy.
Batting sixth, number 16, Ruben Labrado.
Ruben Labrado, the third baseman, comes up. Wide open stance. Runners at first and third, a chopper towards short. Wood is charging. His only play will be to first, and they get Labrado, but scoring from third is Neal. Gonzalez goes to second. 3-0 Sacramento here in the bottom of the first, but two downs. Gonzalez at second. So Villanueva comes up. And my guess is that he's playing in left field. So everything started a little bit late. We weren't able to see who was positioned every place other than left field. Not sharp breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Villanueva, 58 years old, hitting in the 7th spot with Gonzalez at second base and two down. 3-0 Nationals here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1 pitch, another sharp breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-2 on Villanueva. Getting to be about rush hour. Runner at second, two down. The 0-2 pitch popped up foul, first base side, not a play. Shadows now over the pitcher's mound. The catcher, Neil Brolin, is on deck. And that a strike on the outside corner, and caught looking that time is Villanueva. That ends the inning. But the Nationals picking up 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and they lead Hudson Valley 3-0.
The Hudson Valley. Gentlemen, hope you take a moment to go visit our vendors today.
Test.
Out on the left field plaza along
Test.
the third base line.
Testing.
We have
Test 1.
with a selection of equipment down there for you underneath the main entrance on the concourse. Stop by and see Nick.
Top of the second inning, 3-0 in favor of Sacramento, and right-hander Dean Mann's first pitch coming to Lenny Galato, the left fielder, as he stands in the shadows. Both pitcher and hitter in the shadow. The first pitch, changeup, drops in for a strike. It's 0-1. Be the 7, 8, 9 hitters Galato, Dreyer, and Brooks for Hudson Valley here in the top of the second inning. They trail it 3-0. Mann's 0-1 pitch swung and fouled at home plate. It's 0-2. Hudson Valley in the top of the first inning. Got the bases loaded, but Mann worked out of that jam. Hudson Valley 0-1 out of New York. The 0-2 pitch coming, swung on and grounded towards first. He's going to let it go, and it goes under the glove of Brown into right field for a base hit. So a single through the right side for Galati.
Number 31, Darryl Dreyer.
First hit of the ball game against Mann, and here's Darryl Dreyer, the catcher. Galati, the runner at first base, with a seeing eye single to right. That's one of those ones, Jeff, where at first base, sometimes you try to get anything you can get to with the pitcher coming then, but there's no real rule of thumb, do you think?
No, it's like a in-between
Yeah,
play.
yeah. Galati at first base with nobody out. Chapman holds the runner at first, and that one high and tight, and it hit the batter Dreyer. He's hit by a pitch. Galati goes to second with nobody out for Shannon Brooks, the right fielder.
Batting ninth, number 9, Shannon Brooks.
Tenney is the left fielder for the Sacramento Nationals. We'd had trouble identifying who was out there. Runners at first and second, nobody out for the right fielder Brooks. The first pitch swung on and lined. A soft liner to the shortstop Gonzalez. A quick toss to Brown at second, and they double up the runner, Galati, at second base. 6-4 on that double play. There's 2 down.
Batting 10th, number 13, James Jolly.
James Jolly comes to the plate. He's an extra hitter, not playing in the field at this point. 2 down, and Dreyer, the runner, at first base. Mann's pitch hammered in the air down the left field line, foul. And it's 0-1. Top of the second inning with the Bears trailing 3-0. They're at bat with 2 down, and Dreyer, the runner, at first. Held on by Chapman. Dean Mann's 0-1 pitch coming to Jolly. A changeup curve that got away and flew over his head. It's 1-1. Two down, a runner at first base for the Bears. 1-1 pitch, a changeup again that got away and hit him in the back. Jolly aboard, hit by a soft pitch. And there's runners at first and second. Back to the top of the order with Damian Padilla, who reached in a fielding error by Brown, the second baseman, to lead off this ball game. So Jolly at first, Dreyer at second, 2 down, top of the second inning, and the Bears trailing 3-0 to the Sacramento Nationals. And now, I believe a courtesy runner going out to second base.
4.
It'll be Lenny Galati, the left fielder, who'll be running at second base for Dreyer. So Galati running at second. That pitch is a ball low and outside to Padilla. Galati running for Dreyer at second, who was hit by a pitch. Jolly at first, he was hit by a pitch, so 2 hit batsmen in this inning for Dean Mann. The 1-0 offering, a changeup hit on the ground into right field for a base hit. They're waving Galati around third. Neal's throw coming home is in time, and on one hop tagged out by Brolin. That ends the inning. A tremendous throw in right field from Neal to Brolin, and they nail Galati at home plate. It's a single for Padilla, but some good defense by Neal in right field to gun down Galati, trying to score from second. That ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left. Head to the bottom of the second inning. Nationals leading 3-0. Bottom of the second inning with Sacramento coming to the plate, leading 3-0. Right-hander Mark Milroy will face the 8, 9, and extra hitters. Brolin and Brown, etc. The first pitch to Brolin, the catcher. Fastball for a strike, getting away from Dreyer. Brolin made a good job taking that throw to end the last inning on 1 hop from Neal. Brolin was catching, and they got the runner out at home plate, Galati. Nice to see some great defense. Brolin, the catcher, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul, third base side, and it's 0-2. Brolin is 50 years old. To be followed by Kirk Brown. Of course, when I hear the name Brolin, I think of James Brolin, the famous actor. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul, first base side, not a play. It remains 0-2. That sun remains menacing out in the outfield. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball back to Moe. It's 1-2, a ball. Pretty soon the shadows will encompass the entire infield, but at third base, Vernagallo in the sun, as well as Wood, the shortstop. Padilla at second. 1-2 pitch, swung on and chopped towards third. Diving stab, Vernagallo can't get it. It's into left field for a base hit. It's going to be a tough chance, nevertheless, and it gets through the infield for a single for Brolin. We'll have a pinch runner at first base. It'll be Nelson Villanueva. So Villanueva will run at first base for the catcher Brolin. Here's Kirk Brown, the second baseman. Brown, 61 years old, with a closed stance. Villanueva running at first with nobody out, running for Brolin, the catcher. This one swung on and lifted foul down the first base side. And it's 0-1. From here you can see the flight path to our north, or just the north, Sky Harbor Airport. Villanueva at first with nobody out, the 0-1 pitch. Caught the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-2. 3-0 Sacramento as they bat in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody out, Villanueva at first running for Brolin, who singled. Mark Milroy from the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. Hit off the fist, foul, straight back. Milroy looking for his second strikeout of the ballgame. Runner at first, nobody out, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed a breaking ball that was in tight and tied him up, and Brown down on strikes.
Batting 10, number 23, Ken Lordier.
Ken Lordier is the batter, 58 years old. Lordier stands in with one out and a runner at first, and that fouled back, and it's 0-1. Lordier, a extra hitter. This is the Cactus Division. 50 and over. One down, Villanueva running for Brolin, the runner at first base. Held on by Cunningham. Milroy from the stretch, the 0-1 pitch. Downstairs, gets away from Dreyer, and heading to second base on the pass ball is Villanueva. So Sacramento with a runner in scoring position, Villanueva running for Brolin at second with one down. Trying to add to a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second with one out. The 0-2 pitch, Lordier fights one off and fouls it straight back. It remains 0-2. Jake Miller on deck for Sacramento. The 0-2 pitch, popped up foul again, just to our right. Sacramento got 3 in the bottom of the first inning. Runner at second base with one out, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball downstairs, good eye by Lordier. And it's 1-2. Sacramento just getting their ball game in before this one. They had to hustle over here from right behind us, the other field. The 1-2 pitch, low and outside. A good scoop by the catcher Dreyer. Now they've got the runner Villanueva between second and third, and he is thrown out. Wood, the shortstop, to Bernagallo, and a pickoff of Villanueva. Good job by Dreyer. Heads up play by the catcher for Hudson Valley. So base is empty and 2 outs. Some good defense by Hudson Valley. The 2-2 pitch, popped up foul, first base side. It remains 2-2. Mark Milroy kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, foul, first base side. 95 degrees. It's cooling off a little bit, but really not that bad. I guess we're used to it out here. Imagine Hudson Valley up in New York A little cooler than that. Popped up on the first base side. Cunningham under it, and the first baseman makes the catch in foul territory. So that ends the inning as Lodier pops to first. In the bottom half of inning number 2, no runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left for the Nationals. We head to the top of the third, 3-0 Sacramento over Hudson Valley. Mark Milroy leads off the top of the third inning for the Bears. Hitting in the 2 spot, he walked back in the first inning. He's the pitcher for Hudson Valley, to be followed by Vernagallo and Cunningham. Dean Mann has only allowed 1 base, or I should say 2 base hits. First pitch swung and chopped foul, third base side by Milroy. It is 3-0 in favor of Sacramento here in the top of the third inning. Hudson Valley out of New York, 90 miles north of Manhattan. Mann, the pitcher, now in the shadows. The 0-1 pitch. That one slammed into center field for a base hit. Milroy waited on that one and hit the cover off it into center field for a base hit. So really the only people that are in the sun now, the center fielder Perez, Neal and Wright, and the shortstop Gonzalez. They'll be happy when the shadows encompass all of that. Vernagallo, the third baseman, digs in with Milroy at first, a healthy lead held on by Chapman. Mann's pitch swung and grounded to first. Chapman thought about going to second, now comes back to first and steps on the bag. Now let's double check to see who is Callejo is now. Callejo is now at first base. He made that put out, so it was 3 unassisted. Callejo took over for Chapman at first. Going to second with 1 down is Milroy, and here's the cleanup hitter J.P. Cunningham, who walked in the first. Mann takes a changeup for a strike. It's 0-1. Top of the third inning. Nationals leading 3-0. Hudson Valley at bat. The 0-1 pitch swung and missed, chased one out of the zone, and it's 0-2 on Cunningham. Milroy at second. Yeah, if you look out, I don't know if Jeff's got the camera, but the flight path going into Sky Harbor is very interesting. Out behind center field. I don't know how many miles away that is. The 0-2 pitch swung on a lifted on one hop to left, or fielded on one hop by Tenney. A solid single to left for Cunningham, and runners at first and third with one down.
Now batting number 34.
Yeah, interesting to see those airplanes flying into Sky Harbor, which really isn't far, maybe 5-10 miles to the north and west of here, very close. Hudson Valley has something brewing here in the top of the third inning. Milroy at third, Cunningham at first, one out for Tom Lawrenson, who popped to short back in the first inning. Made a tremendous running catch in center field earlier. Changeup grounded to third. Miller takes over at third base, goes to second for one. The relay to first, not in time. A run scores. So Miller at third base now for Labrado. Milroy scored the first run for Hudson Valley coming in from third. Cunningham eliminated at second. Lawrenson at first with a fielder's choice and an RBI. There is 2 outs. So it's 3-1, the Hudson Valley Bears on the board here in the top of the third. But there's 2 down. Lawrenson with good speed at first, held on by Callejo. The runner goes, breaking ball for a strike. The throw to second by Brolin in the dirt, not in time. Lawrenson steals second. So top of the third, and Hudson Valley on the board. They trail it 3-1 to Sacramento. With the runner at second base, Lawrenson with good speed, but 2 outs for shortstop Craig Wood. Changeup curve missed inside, and it's 1-1 on Wood, who bounced into a fielder's choice 6-4 back in the first inning. He's the tying run at the plate. The 1-1 pitch hit in the air to right center field. This is going to be trouble. It falls in for a base hit. A run will score. And it's an RBI single to right center for Wood. And that stolen base came up big for Lawrence, and he came in from second. It is now 3-2. Sacramento's lead has been cut to 1. 2 runs in here in the top of the third for the Hudson Valley Bears. An RBI single for Wood. And here's Lenny Galati, who singled back in the second inning. Wood, the runner at first with 2 down. He takes off. It's a ball and a pitch high and outside. The throw to second base, not in time. Brolin to the second baseman, Brown. And it's a stolen base for Wood. He's now the tying run at second base with 2 outs. This one hit in the air to left center field, and giving chase, making a nice running catch, is Brian Barnes, who now came in at center field. So Barnes made a nice catch as Galati flies to center. He's fighting that sun. But 2 runs come in the top of the third inning for the Hudson Valley Bears. 2 runs on 3 base hits, no errors. They strand 1. We head to the bottom of the third. Sacramento leading Hudson Valley 3-2. Bottom of the third inning, Sacramento leading 3-2 in the first pitch to Jake Miller. Fastball a little bit high to the third baseman who checked in last inning. On deck is Joe Tenney, who had manned left field for a while, but a lot of substitutions here and there. So Miller awaits the 1-0 pitch from Milroy. That one swung on, tap foul. And the count is 1-1 on Miller. Miller is 54 years old. And we were talking about the shadows. Really, the only one that's in the light right now is the center fielder, Lawrenson. That is bunt at third base side of beauty, picked up by Milroy, the pitcher. Tosses to first, and that's perfect. Good bunt, but great defense. Milroy to Cunningham at first, and Miller's retired 1-3.
Batting 12, number 7, Joe Tenney.
Always fun to see some good defense.
Yes.
So Joe Tenney, who had manned left field the prior inning, takes the first pitch from Milroy and a breaking ball that stayed low and inside, and it's 1-0. One down, base is empty. Sacramento batting in the bottom of the third, holding a 3-2 lead. Tenney, 58 years old. That one popped up first base side into near the dugout first base side. 1-1. Milroy's 1-1 pitch. Low and outside, backhanded by Dreyer. It's 2-1. Milroy starting his third full inning of work. He's allowed 3 base hits. The 2-1 pitch fouled at home plate, and it's 2-2. Sacramento got 3 in the first, a walk to Aguilio, single by Perez, single by Neal. Gonzalez a walk. Milroy's 2-2 offering to Tenney, and he tried to lay off a pitch out of the zone, low and outside, but couldn't do it. He went around too far and strikes out. It's the third strikeout for Milroy. There's 2 down and back to the top of the order with Mark Aguilio, who walked and scored in the 3-run first inning.
Batting number 2, Mark Aguilio.
Tight ball game here. 3-2 Sacramento as they bat in the bottom of the third. 2 down, bases empty. Milroy's first pitch to the leadoff hitter in the order for Sacramento. He takes high, 1-0. Getting a little bit of a breeze out here now. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball sails high and tight. Is 2-0, and Dreyer goes out to the mound to talk with Milroy. We don't have a flag out in left center field. They didn't put one out, but we feel a little breeze coming through here, but certainly just kind of nice to keep us cool. But
It's kind of like being behind an F-15 out at Luke Air Force Base.
not too strong,
And
but
I've been there when I was in the Air Force years ago, and what's interesting is when those things, they rev up their engine, they blow out all this heat, and even in the wintertime, I mean, it's warm. So when the wind blows in the summer here, we always said it feels like an F-15's behind me.
So a little bit of questioning here as far as the batting order appeared. The 2-0 pitch down the middle for a strike on a fastball, 2-1 on Aguilio. So a few questions on the lineup card by the manager and the team for Hudson Valley. This swung on roll towards third. Verna Gallo up with it and throws on to first to Cunningham. A 1-2-3 inning. A nice inning for Milroy and Hudson Valley. Goes 5-3, and that ends the inning. The end of 3 complete. It is the Bears of Hudson Valley trailing Sacramento 3-2.
After 3 innings of play, our score, the Nationals 3 and the Bears 2.
Daryl Dreyer, the catcher, leads off for Hudson Valley here in the top of the 4th inning. Bears trailing at 3-2 as they play the Sacramento Nationals, I should say, out of California. Be the 8, 9, and 10 hitters, Dreyer, Brooks, and Jolly against right-hander Dean Mann. Mann into the motion, the first pitch to the catcher, Dreyer. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Dreyer hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. In fact, Mann hit 2 batters in that 2nd inning. Hudson Valley got both their runs in the last inning in the top of the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball popped up near second base. One-handed catch made by Gonzalez, the shortstop. There is 1 down. So nice pitching battle here and some good defense in this game.
Batting for Brooks, number 12, Eric Selke.
Eric Selke will hit for Brooks. So Selke digs in from the right side with 1 out and the bases empty here in the top of the 4th. Hudson Valley trailing 3-2 in the first pitch. A little bit downstairs, and it's 1-0 from Mann to Selke. One out and the base is empty. The 1-0 pitch. Selke takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike. It is 1-1. Sacramento got 3 in the first. Hudson Valley got 2 in the last inning, the top of the 3rd. The 1-1 pitch tapped foul at home plate, and it's 1-2. We're in the top of the 4th. Sacramento leading Hudson Valley 3-2 with 1 out and the bases empty. The Bears at the plate. And you say that does, I haven't seen the movie The Bad News Bears for a long time, but if I remember right, that was what the uniforms looked like. They are called the Bears. 1976, I believe, was that. 1-2 pitch swung and slapped into left field for a clean single by Selke. 4th hit given up by Dean Mann.
Batting for Jolly, number 41, Andy Wynn.
Andy Wynn comes to the plate. He is hitting for Jolly. With Selke at first base, Held on by Callejo with one out. The runner goes. The pitch is a strike. Brolin's throw to second base is not in time with shortstop Gonzalez covering, and it's a stolen base. So Selje steals second, and the tying run in scoring position for Hudson Valley with only one out here in the top of the fourth. It is 0-1 on Wynn. The Dean man along looking for the sign. The 0-1 pitch, high and outside, 1-1. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Hudson Valley, and Sacramento 3-3-1. A base hit here could tie it from Wynn with the runner at second base, Selje. The 1-1 pitch sails a little high and inside, and it's 2-1. Really, the only one that's affected by the shadows, Barnes in center field for the Sacramento. That 2-1 pitch catches the inside corner for a strike, 2-2. It's about 18 minutes after 5. Selje goes to third. And now out to discuss things, Manny Perez with the infield umpire. Essentially, had that ball been fielded cleanly and thrown to first, even if it had been off the mark a little bit, I think they would have gotten Wynn. But not the easiest to play. The ball kind of ate him, took a bad hop.
Hit the lip, maybe.
Yeah. Now they're calling the runner out at first base. Not sure what they saw on that.
I think there'd be a counter argument.
Now batting number 7, Damian Padilla.
They sent Selje back to second base, I believe, unless he held over there. I apologize if I thought he went to third on the throw, but Selje remains at second, but they call Wynn out at first base. Not really sure. The umpires talked about it, and they made a decision, so there's 2 outs. Here's Padilla with a tying run at second, but 2 down, and a breaking ball in the dirt knocked down by Brolin. 1-0. Padilla single in the second, reached in an error in the first. Top of the fourth inning, the Hudson Valley Bears trailing 3-2 with 2 outs. The tying run at second in the form of Eric Selje. 1-0 pitch, low and outside, 2-0 on Padilla. Damian Padilla, the second baseman and leadoff hitter in the Bears order. Well pitched and well defended ball game here. Tying run at second, the 2-0 pitch hit on the ground towards right field. It's going to make it in for a base hit. Neal fields it, and they wisely hold the runner at third base, Selje, because Neal gunned down a prior runner, Galati, trying to score from second back in the second inning, and that throw that he brought in was right on the money to the catcher, Brolin. So Padilla singles to right, and they wisely hold the runner Selje at third base. So runners at first and third, 2 down for Mark Milroy, the pitcher. Singled and scored in the third, walked in the first. Tying run at third, lead run at first with 2 down. Top of the fourth inning, Hudson Valley trailing 3-2 to Sacramento. Selje at third, Padilla at first, and a quick toss to first, and that was a quick one. Callejo applying the tag and back standing Padilla. You got to look out for the double steal here. Milroy, obviously the number 2 hitter in the order and a good hitter. Don't really want to take the bat out of his hands, but could be some time to do something on the base paths. Another quick toss to first, not in time. They're trying to hold Padilla close at first base. He's got good speed at first. 2 outs. The runner goes. The pitch is high and tight, a ball. Brolin still to second base in time. Gonzalez, the shortstop, took that one in the dirt. Let's double check to make sure that was Gonzalez. They did not score. Bottom of the 4th inning, Nationals come to bat, leading 3-2 over Hudson Valley. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Perez, Neal, and Dion against right-hander Mark Milroy. Perez digs in from the right side, and the first pitch, fastball high and away. It's 1-0. Perez singled and scored in that 3-run first inning, in which all 3 runs were scored for Sacramento. Perez started in center field. The 1-0 pitch, fastball for a strike on the inside corner at the knees. It's 1-1. Milroy is allowed, let's see, 1, 2, only 3 base hits. One of them belongs to Perez, the 1-1 pitch. And that off a foul tip off the headgear of the catcher Dryer. It's 1-2. Milroy with 3 strikeouts, the 1-2 pitch to Perez. Swung on and chopped foul, first base side. What? Perez behind in the count, 1-2. The next pitch. That one backed him away high and tight. It's 2-2. Milroy's allowed 3 base hits, 3 runs, all earned. Perez owns one of those hits and a run scored back in the first inning. The 2-2 delivery swung and fouled straight back, just to getting a piece of that to stay alive. Milroy's 2-2 pitch in the dirt goes through the legs of Dreyer back to the backstop, but nobody on base. There's nobody out, nobody on, and we're in the bottom of the fourth. Sacramento batting, leading 3-2 over Hudson Valley, New York. Hudson Valley about 90 miles due north of Manhattan. Full count on Manny Perez, the number 2 hitter in the Sacramento order. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, got away a little bit from Dreyer. The catcher fires to Cunningham, and Perez is retired. The 4th strikeout for Milroy. 1 down.
Number 17, Bill Neal.
Bill Neal, the number 3 hitter and right fielder, comes to the plate. He singled and scored back in the 3-run first inning with 1 down, bases empty, stands in against Milroy. That backhanded low and outside by Dreyer. It is 1-0 on Neal. Neal, 62 years old. The 1-0 pitch, strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Neal had a tremendous throw from right field, gunning down Lenny Galati back in the second inning, trying to score from second. Got a very, very good arm in right field. The 1-1 pitch. That's down and away. It is 2-1. Well, the shadows pretty much have engulfed everything, which is a relief for the players in the field and the hitters. If that back an hour or so ago, the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed and a low fastball. 2-2. This stadium opened in 1969. Of course, it's been renovated. 2002 by the Angels. But the Seattle Pilots turned into the Milwaukee Brewers in 1970. The 2-2 pitch swung on high chopper towards third. It's just foul.
And apparently, Ken Griffey Jr.'s first time he took batting practice here, he hit one over the eye wall in straightaway center field.
That's one to remember.
19 years young.
The 2-2 pitch, a little bit low and outside. It's 3-2. Griffey didn't do so well when he moved back home to Cincinnati after he was with Seattle. He hit a lot of injuries there. The payoff pitch hit on the ground inside the third base bag. This could be extra bases. Neal rounding first, and he will hold up at first base. A good job by Galati getting it in from left field, and they hold Neal to a single. He's 2 for 2.
13, Bernard Daniel Dion.
Our score is 3-2. Sacramento is there threatening in the bottom of the 4th inning with Neal at first. 1 down. He takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base by Dreyer is not in time. Sliding in with a stolen base is Neal. So he's in scoring position at second with 1 down. Dave Parker went back from Pittsburgh, signed as a free agent with the Reds, and now we talked about this a while back, had a huge year, didn't he, in 85. But his career in Cincinnati was not all that he would have hoped. His knees had gotten bad at that time, so it wasn't as big as those early years in the late 70s with Pittsburgh. The 0-1 pitch, Dion laid off a pitch and took it for a strike. It's 0-2. Bernard Daniel Dion flew deep to center field back in the first, and he was robbed for extra bases by Lawrenson on a tremendous play. Milroy's 0-2 pitch popped up down the right field line into foul territory, and Cunningham a valiant effort but couldn't get there. It's 0-2 on the cleanup hitter Dion, a DH. We're in the bottom of the fourth, 3-2. Sacramento runner at second, one down. This swung and hit high in the air to left and deep. Galati going back. This ball is going to go all the way to the wall. A run will score as Neal comes around to score the fourth run. And heading to third base with a stand-up triple is Bernard Daniel Dion, and you can tell that's why he hits cleanup. An RBI triple to deep left by Dion, and Neal scored from second to make it 4-2 Sacramento with one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A bomb to left by Dion, a triple.
Well, it was a real good piece of hitting by Dion. He got that front foot down, got the barrel out in front of that black line on the home plate right around there, and he drove it, got it up into the wind.
Pitch to Edgar Gonzalez, a check swing roller foul first base side as Dion remains at third base after the triple knocking in Neal from second. We're in the bottom of the fourth, and the Bears from Sacramento, or I should say the Nationals from Sacramento, now lead it 4-2. Dion at third base represents the fifth run with one out, the 0-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner to Gonzalez, who walked back in the first. Played shortstop at the beginning of the ball game, but there's been obviously some changes here and there. With one out and a runner at third, the infield playing in for a play at the plate. The 0-2 pitch swung on chop towards second. Charging is Padilla. He looks the runner back to third and goes to first. And Gonzalez retired 4-3, and that was textbook defense. 2 down.
Now batting number 16, Ruben Labrado.
So a big run at third base on a tight ball game. Dion at third with 2 down after he tripled in a run to left. Here's Ruben Labrado, the third baseman, grounded to short back in the first inning. 2 outs, Milroy's pitch, low and inside and backhanded by Dreyer. It's 1-0. So a big insurance run at third. I don't know if you call it insurance at this stage. We're only in the bottom of the fourth, but a tight, well-pitched, well-defended ball game. Each run really makes a difference. The 1-0 pitch to Labrado. Changeup just missed outside, 2-0.
And Eric, I like that. I really like that play by Padilla. He charged, but he took his time. He didn't panic. He didn't rush the throw and saved a run for the time being.
2-0 pitch is ripped on the ground into right center field on a 2-0 pitch, and scoring from third to make it 5-2 is Dion. An RBI single back through the middle is Labrado. Picks up his first RBI. Dion scores from third, the second run of the inning. It is 5-2 Sacramento here in the bottom of the fourth. Labrado at first with 2 down for Nelson Villanueva, the left fielder. At least he started in left.
That was a nice piece of hitting. That was a pitch that was a little off speed. It was low, and a lot of times professional hitters will just take that pitch right back up the middle. It's almost an easy single if there's anything easy about hitting.
The 1-0 pitch low and outside, 2-0 on Villanueva, who struck out looking back in the first. If there's anybody that made hitting look easy, it was Rod Carew, who played here at this ballpark with the Angels a lot.
Oh, Beaner.
That one is a fastball in tight, and it hit him in the helmet and ricocheted towards first, and he's all right. Hit batsman Villanueva takes first.
Well, the new helmet's out today. They've got so much padding even for players at the Msbl level. And fortunately, he is okay. He probably it was just a loud noise.
Yep.
Well, the Nationals are going to send out a courtesy runner at second, Eric.
Brian Barnes will be the courtesy runner at second for Labrado. A little more speed out there on the base paths with Barnes at second. He represents what would be the 6th run. We're in the bottom of the fourth. 2 runs in for the Nationals here in the bottom fourth. They lead it 5-2. mentioned in a well-pitched and well-defended ball game, each run means quite a bit. Runners at first and second, 2 down the pitch. This one is fisted towards third. Vernagallo is up with it, a hard throw to first, and Brolin retired 5-3. That ends the inning, but 2 runs come in for the Nationals. They do it on 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They strand 2 at the end of 4 complete. Sacramento leading Hudson Valley by a score of 5-2.
You're getting a look at another pitcher here for the Nationals. Villanueva will toe the rubber, the right-hander, and back with a play-by-play. Here's Eric.
Top of the 5th inning, and the Sacramento Nationals leading 5-2. And as Jeff said, a brand new pitcher here in the top of the 5th inning for Sacramento. Nelson Villanueva coming in, 58 years old, taking over for Dean Mann, who pitched 4 strong innings, only allowing 6 hits. Walked 2, only allowed 2 runs, and did not strike out a batter. Mark Milroy, the pitcher, digs in. He singled, scored, and then walked in the first. Villanueva from the stretch. First pitch swung and chopped towards third. Miller up with it on the infield grass. Fires to first to Chapman, who's taken over, and a nice defensive play by Miller at third. It goes 5-3, and Miller going after the first pitch is erased.
Well, a nice play by the third baseman, and you talk about the ball to the glove and to the hand exchange, and he got rid of that ball very quickly because of that quick exchange.
Villanueva from the stretch, the pitch to Vernagallo. Changeup dropped low, it's 1-0. 1 down, bases empty here in the top of the 5th inning. Hudson Valley batting, trailing 5-2. Vernagallo, the third baseman, 0 for 2, a fielder's choice, and bounced to first. The 1-0 pitch. That low and outside, and a fastball, 2-0. Vernagallo, the number 3 hitter in the batting order for Hudson Valley, will be followed by J.P. Cunningham, the cleanup hitter. Villanueva's 2-0 pitch coming. That hammered high and deep to right field. Neal giving chase, and he is there to make the catch. fine defensive right fielder and made it look easy. There's 2 down.
Batting number 5.
Yeah, let's check that one on the replay here, our Marucci replay, and a nice running catch out there. Got some good wheels. A lot of these guys are in the 50 and over, but a lot of these guys are pushing 60, and that's an impressive play.
Neal is 62. He also gunned down a runner at home plate back in the 2nd inning, so he's very good in right field defensively. 2 down bases empty for the cleanup hitter J.P. Cunningham, who singled and walked. 2 outs, bases empty. The pitch low and outside. It's 1-0. So a nice defensively played ball game and well pitched, which is always fun to watch. Top of the 5th inning is Hudson Valley batting, and they trail it 5-2 with 2 outs and the bases empty.
Of course, we've only played 4 innings so far in this game, and I think we're better than an hour and a half. I think we're somewhere around an hour and 35, maybe 40 minutes.
1-0 pitch caught the outside edge for a strike. It is 1-1. Now as the shadows have encompassed the entire field, you can really see that scoreboard lit up well now. Before, with the sun to the backdrop, it was hard to read out there. Villanueva's 1-1 offering, low and inside, and back to the backstop, 2-1.
Well, this is a key inning, I think, for the Nationals because they put up a couple of runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and here in the top of the 5th, nobody on with 2 out. And, I mean, that's a shot in the arm if you can throw up a goose egg after your offense goes out there and plates you a couple of runs.
Yep. 2-1 on the Bears cleanup hitter J.P. Cunningham. The next pitch swung on and missed, and a pitch down and away. Looked like he was fooled a bit. It's 2-2. Cunningham can get aboard. Tom Lawrence in the center fielder would come to the plate. There's 2 down, and the bases are empty. 2-2, Villanueva to Cunningham. And the pitch swung on and just getting a piece of that to stay alive. Looked like he was out ahead of that. Count remains 2-2.
You know, a lot of hitters will go to the plate and they're looking for maybe an area, maybe they're looking for something straight or a fastball. And the good hitters, like he just did, he fouled off a tough breaking pitch. It was a pitch he couldn't do a whole lot with, and he fouled it off and lived to see another one.
The 2-2 pitch popped up foul territory, first base side, and coming in making a basket catch, the first baseman Chapman in foul territory, and Villanueva pitches a 1-2-3 5th inning. 1-2-3 here in the top of the 5th, middle of 4 or middle of 5. It is the Nationals 5 and the Bears 2. 5-2 Nationals. They come to bat in the bottom of the fifth inning. Kirk Brown, the second baseman, leads off. He struck out back in the second inning against Mark Milroy, the first pitch. This hit on the ground, over the first base bag, down into the corner. Brown will take a big round at first. He will head towards second as that ball gets away into the right field corner, and he will hold up at second base with a double. So a double over the first base bag by Brown, and another runner in scoring position for Sacramento. It's a controversy.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
That ball went over the first base bag for a double, but heading out and discussing things, Manny Perez. On paper, Brian Willis, number 11, is listed as the manager, but Perez has done a lot of the talking, and heading to third, or being on at third base now, is Kirk Brown, who had that double, and I believe maybe the ball got into that corner in the right field corner and was out of play possibly for a little bit. And that's why they allowed Brown to go to third. CJ, Selj, I should say, in right field now for Hudson Valley. That got into that corner. So the infield playing in with nobody out. Brown at third base, a double, and went to third as that ball, I believe, got actually out of play down there. Milroy's first pitch swung on and golfed, foul at home plate. They're going to say there was no contact made. And coming in to score on the wild pitch is Brown from third base. So it's now 6-2 Sacramento here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So no contact made with the bat on that at bat.
You know, Eric, I think on the previous play, I think you made a good point, because if you look down at the 360 marker, there it almost looks like there's some kind of a gate down there that might be open, like there was in right center field at the beginning of the game.
Chapman, the first baseman, chops it towards second, and Padilla had trouble with it, not able to get the runner at first base. So Chapman hitting for the first time, and he's on at first base, a fielding error by Padilla. So Chapman with his first at bat, he's aboard at first.
Number 10, Jason Callejo.
Jason Callejo is now the batter. He has played a bit at first base. He stands in from the right side, I believe his first plate appearance, and he takes a fastball for a strike. He did do some pinch running. So a run in here in the bottom of the fifth inning for Sacramento. They lead it 6-2 with nobody out, a runner at first. Milroy's 0-1 pitch swung and grounded sharply to third, and it's past Bernagallo into left field for a base hit. Callejo on at first base with a single. Chapman goes to second.
Now batting number 7, Joe Tenney.
Joe Tenney will come up for the second time. It's actually getting almost dark out here as it's dusk.
I can't get over where'd this wind come from.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've got a dust storm coming in. Sacramento with a potentially big inning here. The first pitch to Tenney, a changeup for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Tenney had played briefly in left field. A lot of defensive changes. A run in here in the bottom of the fifth for Sacramento. They lead it 6-2. Nobody out, runners at first and second. The 0-1 pitch to Tenney. Fastball high and tight, just about hit him. It's 1-1.
You know, Sacramento has always been, or it has been for many, many years and probably a few decades, one of the strongest areas of talent in the MSBL.
1-1 pitch, waved at and missed by Tenney. It's 1-2. So they've had a lot of good teams out of Sacramento.
Yeah, Jim Barr played many years, NABA and MSBL, and out of that area.
1-2 pitch, grounded to third. To second, they get the one at second base, and Padilla comes up hobbling. They forced the runner Callejo at second base, but Padilla comes up hobbling as he was covering the bag at second. Bernagallo made the play from third to Padilla.
Eric, I think what happened, it was the knee of the base runner went into his left foot. That's why he came up hobbling if you look at the replay.
So one down, they get the runner at second, Callejo. Runners at first and third. Chapman at third. Tenney at first. Mark Aguilio, who walked in the first, grounded to third in the third inning, stands in from the right side with one out. A 6-2 Nationals lead here in the bottom of the fifth. One out. Runners at first and third. The pitch squares to bunt, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So runners at the corner. Aguilio, the leadoff hitter in the lineup for Sacramento. Aguilio, 61 years old.
Think we might see a safety squeeze here?
You never know. The runner goes, the pitch is low and outside, a ball, and the throw just goes back to the mound. It'll be a stolen base for Tenney, but a lot of times, what do you call that? Catcher indifference?
Indifferent.
Where they didn't even make an attempt?
Yeah, in today's rule book at the major league level, that's not a steal.
That one off the fist. This is going to be trouble. Picked up Padilla at second base and tosses to first, but a run scores. There's two down. That an unearned run. Chapman scores from third. It's 7-2. Sacramento here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 runs in, 2 down. An RBI for Aguilio. It goes 4-3. And on the play, Tenney goes to third. So with a 7-2 lead here in the bottom of the fifth, Sacramento leading by 5, 2 outs, and a big run at third base, form of Tenney, and here is Manny Perez. Takes a strike, it's 0-1. So 3 runs in the first for Sacramento, 2 in the fourth, now 2 here in the fifth. They lead at 7-2 in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs, runner at third, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back, and it's 0-2 on Perez. Perez singled and scored in the first, struck out in the fourth. The big run at third base in the form of Tenney with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch, fastball high, 1-2. Not quite sure when exactly the ball game started, somewhere around 4.
10,
right now
15 maybe.
We're almost looking at just 2 out. They might get a full 9 innings in. The 1-2 pitch, low and outside, 2-2 on Perez, the number 2 hitter in the Sacramento batting order. He started in center field.
You know, the right-hander, Milroy, has I think he's got, at the 50 and over level, a plus fastball. If he gets command of that changeup, he's going to be pretty hard to hit.
Perez hits it foul, first base side. Yep. Milroy has worked 4 2/3. He's allowed 7 runs. 8 hits.
I feel like we should be heading into the top of the 7th at this point.
It feels like we've been here a long time, but it's the bottom of the 5th. It's 7-2 Sacramento here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs, a runner at third. The 2-2 pitch to Perez. Sails over his head, and a quick toss to third base by Dreyer, the catcher, and with no tag, easily back is Tenney. So 3-2 on Manny Perez. Singled and struck out. Tenney off third with 2 outs, the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, and Perez heading down to first. He thought it was potentially low and outside, but strikes out looking. So 2 runs come across in the bottom of the 5th for Sacramento. They do it 2 base hits. There was an error. 1 man left at third at the end of 5 complete. Sacramento leading Hudson Valley by a score of 7-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 innings of play, our score. Number 34, Tom
Top of the sixth inning, Hudson Valley comes to bat trailing by a score of 7-2. Ken Lortier will be the brand new pitcher. He's the third pitcher record for the Nationals. Nelson Villanueva went a 1-2-3 inning in the fifth. Dean Mann went the first 4 innings, only allowing 2 earned runs. And the first pitch swung on line over the head of the third baseman, Librado, down into left field for a line single. So Lawrenson jumping on that first pitch and lining it over the third baseman, Librado, into left field for a base hit. Here's Craig Wood, the shortstop, bounced into a fielder's choice and the first singled in that 2-run third inning in which Hudson Valley got their only 2 runs. Lortier, 58 years old. Lawrenson, the runner at first base. Chapman holds him on. An easy toss to first, not in time for Lawrenson. Wood was showing bunt, but trailing 7-2 here in the top of the sixth meaning Hudson Valley. Need some base runners.
Eric, I really like that at bat by Tom. I mean, he jumped on the very first pitch. He got the bat head out in front of the hands and really did a nice job in anticipation of an inside fastball, and he knew exactly what to do with it.
Lortier's next pitch, the runner takes off. It's a strike. Brolin still to second base is not in time with Gonzalez covering at second or at shortstop. It's a stolen base for Lawrenson. Defensive changes in the field. We got Librado back at third base and Gonzalez back at short. Lortier had been playing a little bit of short, but he's on the mound now. And what represents the third run of the ball game for Hudson Valley stands at second base with nobody out in the speedy form of Tom Lawrenson. Lortier's 0-1 pitch popped up foul straight back. It's 0-2 on Craig Wood, who has an RBI.
It's kind of nice to have the kind of wheels that Lawrenson has where you can outrun the throw to second base. That's exactly what he did there. It was a close play, but he just simply outran the throw.
So Lawrenson with good speed off second with nobody out. The 0-2 pitch, changeup just missed a little bit low and outside. So Gonzalez at shortstop. Kirk Brown is at second base. He's bluffed a couple of moves towards second base, trying to keep the runner close. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch, swung on a high chopper towards short. Gonzalez has it. A long throw to first. In the dirt, gets past Chapman. It'll be an infield single and a throwing error, and scoring the third run of the ballgame for Hudson Valley is Lawrenson. Heading to second base on the throwing error after an infield single is Craig Wood. And the score now in the top of the sixth inning, Hudson Valley has cut the lead to 7-3. And still nobody out and a runner at second base. So Hudson Valley with a run in the top of the sixth, trail it 7-3. Nobody out, runner in scoring position at second. Here's Lenny Galati, who started in left field, singled and flew out to center. He was gunned down at home plate on a nice throw from Neal in right field in the second inning. Lortier's first pitch falls in for a strike. It's 0-1. Ways to go in this one. We're not quite sure exactly when it starts. I'd imagine at least another hour to go on this ball game. It's 3-hour games. It's timed. The 0-1 pitch. Galati lays off a breaking ball down and away. It's 1-1. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 errors for the Bears. 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Nationals. A run in here in the top of the sixth inning for Hudson Valley. They trail it 7-3. The 1-1 pitch swung and bounced over the mound. Inner center field for a base hit. The runner will hold up at second base, Wood, and Galati on the board on a bouncer back through the middle. So 3 consecutive singles, Lawrenson, Wood, and Galati, and Hudson Valley primed to do some damage here in the top of the sixth inning, trailing 7-3. Here's Darryl Dreyer, the catcher. Hit by a pitch and popped to short in the 4th inning. Brian Willis, the manager for the Nationals, now out to the mound, along with Brolin, the catcher. And we're going to have a brand new pitcher in for the Nationals.
44.
Let's see that number.
44.
Not on the roster.
That tends to happen in this tournament. Well, we got a break in the action. Number 44, we'll try to get his name. Maybe the public address announcer has it on his roster. And, you know, Eric, I mean, like you said, you look at the time, the 3-hour time frame, we were kind of busy up here scrambling, getting lineups and dealing with a live stream change. And neither one of us got that time period, but I would guesstimate it was somewhere around 4:15.
Yeah, somewhere around that. So we probably have about an hour to go.
So we got an hour to go, and here is the Bears, a team that has trailed this entire game, but now they're 7-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. You get a couple of more runs, and now the complexion of this game completely changes, and let's see what they can do.
So I guess the public address announcer does not have the number. He has the same roster I've got, and there's not a 44 that is on the Nationals. We'll just...
Well, here comes the manager, so maybe he's either making a social call or maybe he's going to tell us who number 44 is.
Hudson Valley with runners at first and second, nobody out, a run in here in the top of the 6th inning. They trail it 7-3. And Darryl Dreyer, the catcher, will face a brand new pitcher, number 44 for the Nationals. The Nationals had just finished their ball game right behind here on one of the other fields here at Tempe Diablo and just got here in time. Could this be a bunting situation, Jeff?
Well, you're down by 4, but like we said, we probably got at least an hour left to go in the game. So nobody out, you can cut into that. But then the thing, if you're playing small ball with nobody out and you lay one down, you could be taking yourself out of a big inning. So it all depends, but I think he's going to lay a bunt down, and there it is.
First pitch, he tried to bunt it, and he fouled it, in fact, into the catcher's mitt of Brolin. The infield, Chapman playing in at first, looking for the bunt, and essentially Dreyer maybe, I guess, just got a piece of that one on the bunt attempt. It's 0-1. A run in here in the top of the 6th inning for Hudson Valley. They trail it 7-3, but they're in business. Nobody out, runners at first and second. Again, Chapman, the first baseman, in on the grass at first. Wood at second, Galati, the runner, at first. The 0-1 pitch showed bunt, took high and inside. The throw to third. Not in time as Wood steals third base. Galati holds at first base. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. And 1-1 on Darryl Dreyer, the catcher, who is 0-1 officially. So now I'd imagine he'd be swinging away. Now the runner at first, or Chapman holding the runner on at first base, and a quick toss to first.
That's a good play there. Keep him close because, you know, if I'm managing the Bears, I'm sending that runner at first and hoping that my batter at the plate has the ability to hit the ball to the opposite field on the ground, get a base hit, and another first and third.
From the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Mention number 44 on the mound for the Nationals, not listed on the roster. Public address announcer didn't have it either, but he's the fourth pitcher of record for Sacramento, and he's ahead on the count 1-2 to the catcher, Darryl Dreyer, with runners at first and third and nobody out. And another quick toss to first, and that meant business, but not in time with Chapman covering at first for Galati.
The only bad thing about throwing over there a couple of times, you run the risk of throwing it away, and it takes your attention off the hitter.
The 1-2 pitch just missed inside. It's 2-2.
And he wasted a pitch right there where I think if he concentrates on the hitter, he could put him away.
Yeah, you can get tension, get too drawn on that runner at first base. Runners at first and third, nobody out. 2-2 pitch, swung on and grounded to third. Librado looks the runner back. Long throw to first in time, and there's one down. Wood stays at third. Galati goes to second. Dreyer retired 5-3, and a nice play by Librado.
Yeah, I like that. He took a couple of steps, looked at him, took 2, maybe 3 steps, held him right there. The runner does move up in the scoring position from first base. You're out of the double play, ground ball double play situation. And let's see if they can get a big one-out hit here.
Shannon Brooks digs in with one-out runners at second and third. Pitch swung on, rolled foul off the end of the bat. It's 0-1. Brooks lined into a 6-4 double play back in that second inning. Started in right field. Wood at third, he singled. Galati is at second. He singled, went to second on the ground out to third. A run in here on the top of the 6th for Hudson Valley. They trail it 7-3. A base hit could make it 7-5. The 0-1 pitch way outside. It is 1-1.
I think the approach right here, if you're the man in the right-handed batter's box, is, you have a chance here to be selective. Look for your area, look for your kind of pitch type, and rip it somewhere, preferably to the right field side.
The 1-1 offering swung and hit high in the air towards center field. The catch is made, tagging up at third base, and trotting home is Wood. And it's now 7-4, 2 runs in here in the top of the 6th for Hudson Valley. They trail it 7-4. They're down by 3. Sac fly for Brooks to center field, and Barnes, I believe, manning center. Jeff Ho will now come up to the plate. A sac fly for Brooks. There is now 2 down. Ho stands in from the right side with 2 down. A runner at second base is Galati. Pitch to Ho, tried to check his swing, went around too far. So Galati at second base with 2 down, 2 runs in here in the top of the 6th for Hudson Valley. They trail it 7-4. The 0-1 pitch, fastball high to the pinch hitter, Jeff Ho.
Well, 44 just rearing back and throwing the ball, a couple of fastballs to meet the pinch hitter.
The 1-1 offering popped up behind home plate.
That's a
and nice catch made back here by Brolin in foul territory. The catcher makes the play, and that ends the inning. Top of the 6th inning finished for Hudson Valley. They pick up 2 runs. They do it on 3 base hits, no errors. There was a man left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with Sacramento leading Hudson Valley 7-4. Bill Neal leads off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Sacramento. The Nationals leading 7-4. Milroy on for his 6th inning of work in the first pitch. Low a ball, 1-0 on Neal. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Neal, Dion, and Gonzalez, against right hitter Mark Milroy, who's gone 5 full innings. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside, 2-0. Neal, the right fielder, is 2 for 2 and a pair of runs scored. Tremendous defense in right field. Gunned down a runner at home plate earlier in the game. The 2-0 pitch down the middle for a strike, 2-1. Getting dark, Jeff.
You know, it's really amazing. So many of the players that come out to this tournament and the durability that these guys, I mean, I did a game many years ago, probably 12, 13 years ago, where two players, the pitcher and the catcher, the starting battery combined age was over 150 years old. The catcher caught all innings. The pitcher went a complete game.
2-2 pitch hitting the air towards right, and playing it on one hop is Brooks. It'll be a single for Neal, and he's 3 for 3.
Now batting number 13, Bernard Daniel Dion.
Bernard Daniel Dion, most powerful bat in the lineup, the cleanup hitter for Sacramento, flew deep to center in the first, tripled, and a couple of hops to the wall and left back in the 4th inning. Nobody out, runner at first, the pitch to Dion. The runner goes breaking ball, a ball high. The throw to second base by Dreyer is not in time. I think they've made a change at second base. Padilla came up a little bit lame a little bit ago with a slide that went into second base.
Number 12, maybe?
See who's at second now. Got the 13 for the Bears. That's Jolly at second base now. This is a comebacker fielded by Milroy, an underhand toss to first to Cunningham. And that was hard hit, but Dion retired 1-3.
Well, StatCast tells us that ball came off the bat at an estimated 91 miles per hour. StatCast, powered by Google. That's the last time I give Google. Well, I should give them. I mean, they're letting us use YouTube, so that's pretty good.
1 down. Neal remains at second. It is 7-4. Sacramento here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out. Neal at second. That one downstairs. The number 5 hitter Edgar Gonzalez, who walked in the first, grounded a second in the 4th inning. So Jolly at second now. Milroy from the stretch with 1 down. The 1-0 pitch swung and fouled back to the backstop, 1-1. So the Nationals trying to add some more insurance here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They got 3 in the first, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. The Bears getting 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 6th. Milroy's 1-1 pitch, just a little bit downstairs, 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 7-4, Sacramento. 1 down, Neal at second. The count 2-1 on Gonzalez, the number 5 hitter for Sacramento. 2-1 pitch swung in a line towards left center field. It falls in for a base hit, and barehanding it, the left fielder tosses it in. Scoring from second and going to second on the throw coming in was Gonzalez. Scoring from second is Neal. It is 8-4. Favors Sacramento. A line single to left by Gonzalez and an RBI. Good piece of hitting by Gonzalez, and it's back to an 8-4 lead here in the bottom of the 6th in favor of Sacramento with 2 outs.
Batting for Labrado, number 14, Brian Barnes.
Well, they're showing 2 outs. Barnes hitting for Labrado. Am I losing my mind?
I have 1 out.
Yeah, no, I think there's only 1. The ground ball back to the mound by Dion. Well, I believe there's only 1. Pitch to Barnes, fouled first base side. It's 0-1. So Brian Barnes, 53 years old. Behind in the count, 0-1 to Mark Milroy into his 6th inning of work with a runner at second with, I believe, 1 down. Scoreboard showing 2. The 0-1 pitch. Low and outside and dug out by Dreyer. It is 1-1. A run in here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Sacramento. They lead it 8-4. I believe the umpire showing just 1 out. Milroy's 1-1 pitch, hammered foul,
Oh, wow.
Grabbed by the member of the dugout at first base. Somebody leaning over that first base dugout. Good reflexes by one of the members of Hudson Valley. Good thing he caught it. That can be dangerous. Who was it, Matt Keogh, that got hit way back when in spring training and for the A's, sitting on the bench? It did some damage to him. 1 down, a runner at second. The 1-2 pitch, low and outside. It gets away a little bit from Dreyer, not far enough for the runner to advance. It's 2-2.
Was that the year Matt lost 22 games?
No, I think that
That was probably before that
before
happened.
that. So a run in here in the bottom of the 6th for Sacramento. They lead it 8-4. 1 down. Gonzalez at second, the 2-2 pitch. The runner goes. That popped up foul, back out of play. Keogh lost 20, didn't he? Clyde
Was it 20?
Clyde Wright. What's the most anybody lost? Somebody lost 22. Denny McClain went 10-22, I believe, with Washington. 71. They overused his arm in the late. I don't even think in 69 he won 24 that year, but
The year after he won 31.
yeah. He still had to be arm had to be pretty worn out. The 2-2 pitch, that one hit towards right, and it's caught, and they're going to double up the runner at second. Jolly made the catch and tossed over to the shortstop Wood, and it's double play. 4-6 as they doubled off Gonzalez. Run comes across in the bottom of the 6th inning for Sacramento. They lead Hudson Valley 8-4 as we head to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th inning, Hudson Valley comes to bat here, trailing at 8-4. Damian Padilla will lead off the top of the order for Hudson Valley, followed by Milroy and Verna Gallo against number 44. He's not on the roster, but nobody has checked. We haven't been able to do that, so Padilla stands in. He is 2 for 3, the first pitch. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Coming in to do the catching for the Sacramento Nationals now is Wright. The 0-1 pitch. That one got away over the head of Padilla. It's 1-1. Mark Wright, 53 years old, is now in catching for the Sacramento Nationals. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, it did not break. Low and inside, 2-1. It is 8-4 in favor of Sacramento here in the top of the 7th. Hudson Valley batting out of New York. The 2-1 offering, tail low and inside, it's 3-1.
Dropping that arm angle a little bit, and that's not a good sign for accuracy. And let's see if he can come over a little more over the top and climb back into this 3-1 count.
Sacramento on their 4th pitcher in the ball game, the 3-1. That one hit on the ground to second. Rolling up with it, tossed to first in time, or Brown, I should say. And there's one down.
Number 10, Mark Milroy.
One down. Here's the pitcher, Mark Milroy, who's gone all 6 innings on the mound for Hudson Valley. Batting-wise, he is 1 for 2, a single, scored a run, walked, and grounded to third. One down, bases empty, 8-4. Sacramento here in the top of the 7th. Hudson Valley batting the pitch. Sharp breaking ball hit back through the middle on into center field. A C&I single, and he's 2 for 3.
Now batting number 23, Lou.
Well, 44 came over the top that time and threw it right down Main Street. Milroy knew exactly what to do with it. Played a little pepper back up the middle.
Verna Gallo, the third baseman, comes up. He is 0 for 3 with Milroy at first. Held on by Callejo. They've been doing a lot of substitutions back and forth. Need to probably check to make sure who is at first. That toss is a little bit high, and they called it a strike, I guess, on the scoreboard. 0-1 on Verna Gallo, the number 3 hitter on the Hudson Valley order. The 0-1 pitch, changeup missed tying outside, 1-1. It is Callejo at first base, playing first. 1-1 pitch fouled off the foot there by Verna Gallo. Milroy at first. Top of the 7th inning, Hudson Valley trailing 8-4 with an out and a runner at first, 2-1 on Verna Gallo. So that first one was indeed called a ball.
Yeah.
2-1 offering. He waited on a changeup, and this popped into shallow left center field, and a basket catch made out there by the left fielder. There's 2 down. Want to double check and make sure we see who is out there.
J.P. Cunningham.
2.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the uniform number here.
Yeah, 2 is in left, 14 in center.
So Tenney, should say Barnes is in center. You know, when you're looking for a number and you can't find it, that's usually what happens. It's 2 down. And Milroy remains at first base. The 0-1 pitch, fastball high and outside. Indeed, it is number 2 in left field. Yep.
Mhm.
Mark Aguilio. It was written it was written in ink, so it threw off my crazy brain. Aguilio has been the leadoff hitter all afternoon for Sacramento and done a fine job. He made a nice running catch on that last one. 2 down. Milroy at first, the count 1-2 on Cunningham, the cleanup hitter and first baseman for Hudson Valley. This popped up foul straight back. 1-2. So Aguilio in left field. Barnes in center. Neal has been in right. He's done terrific in right field. We're in the top of the 7th inning, 8-4 in favor of Sacramento over Hudson Valley, and changeup down and outside. 2-2 on Cunningham, who walked in the first, singled in the third, popped to first in the 5th inning. In fact, the tying run is in the hole if you want to go that far. 2-2 pitch. He waited on a changeup and pops it to left. This could be trouble, and it falls in for a base hit. A single for Cunningham. Milroy goes to second. Tom Lawrence, the center fielder, comes up. He is 1 for 3. So the tying run is now on deck. Top of the 7th inning, and it's 8-4 Sacramento. Hudson Valley with 2 down, runners at first and second. Milroy at second, Cunningham at first, 2 down, Lawrence 1 for 3. And Wood is on deck. 44 the pitcher. The pitch, changeup curve in for a strike. It's 0-1.
That's a deceptive delivery. He was falling away from the pitcher's rubber and I think broke right over the middle of the plate. Tom probably sitting on a first pitch fastball.
Swing and a miss. In tight, tied him up. It's 0-2.
Well, let's see if double 4 can.
High and tight back to Moe is Mark Wright hitting in the 7th spot. Came in to catch in the last inning. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sacramento batting, leading 8-4 over Hudson Valley. Milroy's 1-2 pitch way low and outside, back to the backstop. 2-2. So Wright making his first plate appearance. 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for Hudson Valley, and for Sacramento, 8 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out, nobody on. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 down. So Milroy has pitched 6 1/3. He has struck out 6. Allowed 10 hits. Here's Neil Brolin, who started at catcher, 1 for 2, 1 out, bases empty. Milroy's first pitch, fastball and a good one. Still good velocity on that. It's 0-1. 1 down and the base is empty. Milroy's 0-1 pitch. That one swung on ground to third. Nice stop by Verna Gallo, and he tosses on to first base. And it's 5-3. Brolin retired on a hot shot to third. There's 2 down. Here's Kirk Brown, the second baseman, struck out in the 2nd, doubled and scored in the 5th inning. 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 7th inning, Sacramento batting, leading 8-4, 2 outs, bases empty. Milroy was still good velocity on the fastball, and it's downstairs 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, low and outside, gets away from Dreyer. It is 2-0. Milroy into the motion, the 2-0 pitch. Swung and a miss. Tied up Brown on that one, and it's 2-1. Roughly, we've got maybe 35 minutes remaining in this one. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Sacramento batting in the bottom of the 7th, leading 8-4 with 2 outs, bases empty, and that pitch is strike 2-2 on Brown. Milroy's 2-2 pitch to Brown. Fastball high, laid off that. It's 3-2. Sacramento got 3 in the first, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. Hudson Valley 2 in the third, 2 in the sixth. The payoff pitch swung on and line towards left field. It's in for a base hit and a 2-out single left by Brown. He's 2 for 3. 11th hit for Sacramento.
Batting for Chapman, number 23, Ken Lordier.
Ken Lordier, 58 years old, will come to the plate. With 2 outs and a runner at first base in the form of Kirk Brown. Held down by Cunningham. This tapped first base side and fair, and it's scooped up by Milroy, the pitcher, and simply tags out Lordier for 1 unassisted. Sacramento in the bottom of the 7th comes up empty. They did have 1 hit. They left a runner at the end of 7 complete. It is 8-4 Sacramento over Hudson Valley. Getting late here at Tempe Diablo Stadium, top of the 8th inning, 8-4 Sacramento, and the first pitch from number 44 is high and inside, backed away Craig Wood. Be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters scheduled: Wood, Galati, and Dreyer for Hudson Valley here in the top of the 8th inning. They trail it 8-4. Nobody out, nobody on. The 1-0 pitch way outside. 2-0 on Craig Wood, who's 2 for 3. A pair of singles, scored a run, knocked in a run, and a fielder's choice. So Hudson Valley within striking distance, but they need some base runners. The 2-0 pitch. That in for a strike. It is 2-1. It's been a well-pitched ball game and well defended in the field. 2-1 on Wood. The next pitch. Breaking ball low and outside, and it's 3-1. The third inning for number 44. Nobody's gotten a name on him. Not on the roster, but of course he's on the roster. But they had to hustle over after their last game. Not a lot of time. 3-1 pitch, low and inside, ball 4, and Wood draws a walk.
Now batting number 4.
So the tying run again is in the hole technically for Hudson Valley. Here's Larry Galati. He played in left field. He has 3 hits. He is 3 for 4. Scored a run. Wood, the runner at first here in the top of the 8th inning, as Hudson Valley trails 8-4. And a big lead dancing off first is Wood, and that one in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Callejo is the first baseman holding on the runner Wood at first. The 0-1 offering, a breaking ball that missed high and inside. It's 1-1. Sacramento trying to run their record to 2-1. They just finished their prior game getting a win in one of the number 2 fields right behind here. The 1-1 pitch way low and inside, just about hit the batter, and right, the catcher comes up looking to throw, but not taking any risks on the base paths. Craig Wood. Guess the scoreboard has got an automatic 1 out on the whole board. There's a glitch. Yeah, there's a glitch in that scoreboard out in left field or in right field, but quick toss over to first, and that was close. Sneaky move, or a good move by 44 to first to Callejo, and they just about picked off Wood at first, and that's not what Hudson Valley needs. Hudson Valley down to their last 6 outs. They're batting in the top of the 8th, trailing 8-4. Nobody out, a runner at first. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses high and tight. 3-1. Galati and Hudson Valley trying to pick up their first win in the tournament. They're 0-1. 3-1 pitch, breaking ball low and outside, ball 4, and it's 2 consecutive walks to lead off the inning for Hudson Valley.
Now batting number 31, Darryl Dreyer.
Here's Darryl Dreyer, the catcher, hitting in the 8th spot. 0 for 3. So now the tying run is on deck. Wood at second, he walked. Galati on at first, he walked. Nobody out. Top of the 8th inning, Hudson Valley batting, trailing 8-4. And that first pitch down the middle for a strike from 44. The most famous number 44 in baseball, be Henry Aaron, right? Reggie Jackson wore 44 with the Yankees. The 0-1 pitch popped up foul territory, first base side. Callejo is over and makes the catch in front of that first base dugout. So Dreyer pops to Callejo, the first baseman, in foul territory, 1 down.
Batting for Jeff Ho, number 99, Adam Walton.
So Adam Walton will come to the plate. Adam Walton, wearing number 99, will make his first plate appearance. Standing in from the right side with 1 down, runners at first and second. The first pitch, change-up curve in for a strike, and it's 0-1. You remember who? What did Reggie wear with the the A's originally. Remember his number? The 0-1 pitch over the head of Walton, and it's 1-1. We're in the top of the 8th. Hudson Valley batting, trailing 8-4 with one down, runners at first and second. 1-1 on Walton, and we may have a pitching change. So after the conference of the mound, 44 remains in the ball game. The count 1-1 on Walton with two down. Runners at, or I should say one down. Scoreboard showing two, but there's been a malfunction. There's only one out. Runners at first and second for Hudson Valley. And the 1-1 pitch popped up near home plate. And a circus catch by the catcher Wright. That was a difficult catch, and he made it out in front of home plate. It may have been easier for the pitcher to come in and make that catch, but Wright, the catcher, making a fine defensive play. There's two down. So two outs. Wood remains at second. Galati at first. Top of the 8th inning. Hudson Valley trailing 8-4. First pitch, big swing and a miss on a breaking ball. No numbers on the back of these uniforms for Hudson Valley. And a big looping curveball in for a strike. So the public address announcer has not announced the batter either. Neither. Is that what it was for the Bad News Bears? I do remember that. Tatum O'Neill was the pitcher, right? The 0-2 pitch popped up shallow right field. Could be trouble. Falls in for a base hit. Rounding third is Wood. The throw will come in from the right fielder Neal, cut off by Callejo. So the run scores from second in the form of Craig Wood. Still two down, a run in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They trail at 8-5. Runners at first and third. Now let's try to take a look and see who actually got that hit. 41. It was Andy Wynn. It was Andy Wynn who got the base hit to right field for the single and the RBI. 8-5. Hudson Valley trailing by 3. Top of the 8th inning, two outs. Wynn at first. Galati at third. And here's Padilla. That one down low and inside, and it's 1-0. So a run in here in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. A soft single to right by Andy Wynn. And now the tying run at the plate in the form of Padilla with two down, runners at first and third. The 1-0 pitch. That one, fastball just missed low and inside. 44, didn't have on the roster in his third inning of work. Mark Milroy, the number 2 hitter and pitcher, on deck first base side for Hudson Valley. The 2-0 pitch way outside, and it's 3-0, so 44 could be tiring just a bit. Padilla, the tying run at the plate, is 2 for 4. Runners at first and third, two down. The 3-0 pitch in for a strike, 3-1. A run in here in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They trail it 8-5. Two outs, runners at first and third, and Padilla, the tying run in the batter's box, the leadoff hitter in the Hudson Valley order. 3-1 pitch, swung and ripped on the ground to third, and it's through the legs of Miller, the third baseman, down towards the left field corner. One run scores. Wynn is rounding third. He will score easily, and that is going to be a 2-run. It went through the legs. It has to be an error. So 2 runs come in on that ball hit through the legs of Miller at third base. So 3 runs in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They trail it by a run, 8-7, 2 outs. And the tying run at second base in the form of Padilla. So Padilla aboard on that fielding error by the third baseman, Miller, who let a hard ground ball go between his legs. So Sacramento's lead has been cut to 8-7. And the tying run at second, Padilla, 2 outs. And the pitch high, 1-0 to Milroy, who singled twice, 2 for 3. Padilla, the tying run at second with 2 down. The 1-0 pitch hammered on the ground into left field for a base hit. They're waving Padilla around third. The left fielder fell down. He would have scored most likely anyways, and we're tied at 8 here in the top of the 8th inning. 4 runs in for Hudson Valley in the top of the 8th. An unearned run, a single to left by Milroy. He is 3 for 4, including an RBI. And a brand new ball game tied at 8. Here in the top of the 8th as 4 runs come across for Hudson Valley. 2 down, here's Lou Vernagallo. Milroy, the lead run at first, held on by Callejo. The pitch nearly hit him low and inside, and it's 1-0. 15 base hits now for Hudson Valley.
What about the clutch hitting?
Yes. Clutch hitting right there. Milroy, a 2-out run-scoring single. 1-0 pitch, changeup missed inside. It's 2-0. 44 might be getting a little bit tired in the mound for Sacramento.
Actually, Eric, that was back-to-back 2-out singles.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was 7-2 not long ago. This one swung on and chopped outside of first base. It's 2-1 on Vernagallo. Heading into the top of the, should say after 5 innings, it was 7-2 in favor of Sacramento, but then Hudson Valley getting 2 in the top of the 6th, 1 for the Nationals in the bottom of the 6th. But here in the top of the 8th, 4 runs come in for Hudson Valley. The 2-1 pitch swung on and ripped foul down the right field line. 2-2. So 4 runs in here in the top of the 8th, and like Jeff mentioned, a lot of clutch hitting, a couple of 2-out base hits. All these runs now will be unearned, but we're tied at 8. Hudson Valley coming from behind. 4 runs here in the top of the 8th, 2 outs. The lead run at first in the form of Mark Milroy, held on by Callejo. 2-2 on Vernagallo, who is 0 for 4. The number 3 hitter in the batting order. The runner takes off. This one swung on, lined into center field for a solid single. Rounding second on his way to third is Milroy, and the hitting convention continues. Vernagallo, a solid single to center, and Milroy heads to third. Ten men come to the plate here in the top of the 8th inning for Hudson Valley. This is the 11th former cleanup hitter, J.P. Cunningham. He is 2 for 3. Again, 4 runs in here in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. We're tied at 8, 2 outs, runners at first and third for Hudson Valley. Pitch to Cunningham, a fastball down the middle. It's 0-1. Cunningham, the first baseman and cleanup hitter for Hudson Valley. The lead run at third base, Milroy. Vernagallo at first, held on by Callejo. 2 down. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball low and outside, and it's 1-1. It appears 44 getting a little tired on the mound, and good job of hitting by these Bears of Hudson Valley. 1-1 on Cunningham. The pitch swung on and grounded towards the hole. Backhanded and off the glove of Gonzalez. They go to second. Not in time, and a run scores from third in the form of Milroy. 5 runs now in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They lead it 9-8. Still 2 outs and runners at first and second. Cunningham aboard at first. Verna Gallo to second. Here's Tom Lawrenson, the center fielder, who's 1 for 4. 12 men to bat in the inning. 2 down, runners at first and third. 5 runs across here in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They lead it 9-8. And Lawrenson laid off a breaking ball outside, and 44 does appear to be tired and also dispirited out there with all the base hits given up. Verna Gallo at second base. Cunningham at first. 2 down. The 1-0 pitch coming. That one hit in the air. Pretty well hit, and that's going to be over the head of Aguilillo. 2 runs will score. And heading to third with a stand-up triple is Lawrenson. So 7 runs come aboard here in the top of the 8th inning for Hudson Valley. They lead it 11-8.
Wow.
Lawrenson, a triple over the head of Aguilillo in left field.
21, Craig Wood.
Verna Gallo scores from second. Cunningham all the way from first. And Lawrenson on at third base with a 2-out, 2-run triple. And here's Craig Wood.
Boy, he got a hold of that one. I mean, that one probably about 15 feet in front of the warning track, and that was hit a long ways, no question about it. And right now, you got to figure Sacramento is going to stay with 44 because, you know, they don't want to deplete their pitching for the rest. They still have 4 more games this week in round-robin play, and that's probably why he's still out there.
Lawrenson at third with 2 down, the 0-1 pitch. Swung and missed is Wood batting for the second time in the inning. He led off this 8th inning with a walk, and he scored. That one he chased a bad pitch out of the zone. Lawrenson at third with 2 down. He represents the 12th run should he score. The 0-2 pitch. Changeup curve missed outside, 1-2. So 7 runs in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They lead it 11-8. They were down 7-2 after 4 innings. Or I should say after 5. 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air towards right. Is it going to hang up? Falls in for a base hit, gets past the right fielder. A run will score. It's now 12-8. And rounding first, heading for third with the triple is Wood. 8 runs in now in the 8th inning for Hudson Valley. Back-to-back triples by Lawrenson and Wood.
Now batting number 4.
Still 2 outs. It's 12-8. Hudson Valley here in the top of the 8th inning with 8 runs in. Manny Perez coming out. We may have a pitching change. And I believe we will for Sacramento.
And he had been pitching, you know, he had a solid outing. I mean, he came in, in the 6th inning? He came in the 6th inning.
His 3rd inning of work.
But he's thrown an awful lot of pitches in this ball game, and I think you just finally had to take him out.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably had, 2 2/3 innings, but he was probably pushing 70 pitches. That's a lot of pitches in 2 2/3 inning.
Well, Dean Mann, who started the ball game pitching, will come back in.
You don't see that very often,
no.
do you? We used to do that in high school. We didn't have that many pitchers on our.
That is legal.
It is legal in this.
Not in the majors, though, right? Certainly not.
That'd be kind of fun. You know, can you imagine a guy that Mickey Lolich and Wilbur Wood? Those guys had 370 some innings. Hey, Wilbur. Hey, you're throwing that knuckle curve. Can you come back in? Yeah, sure. Why not? You could get I don't know. Could you get a win? You could get a win and a save. That'd be kind of cool. That would mix up baseball history for a little.
For the Nationals, number 6, Dean Mann.
Well, and you factor that Dean's probably not going to pitch tomorrow. He may not even pitch. I would say he is one of their top pitchers. So he'll probably get a couple of days off. He'll be right back at it on a Thursday and try to get this team into the playoffs. But this was a game they should have won. Now, it's not over yet because the Nationals have last at bat.
It is 7:06, and this game started at 4:15, so they will get an at bat.
Yep.
It would only be fair the Sacramento would get an at bat. The 0-1 pitch, fastball high and tight, backed Galati away. Wood, the runner at third after that RBI triple. 12 men to bat in this inning have batted. 8 runs in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They lead it 12-8, 2 outs. Runner at third, the 1-1 pitch, swung a little looping line drive into left field for a base hit, and coming in to score the 13th run of the ball game and the 9th in the inning is Craig Wood from third base. A hitting festival for Hudson Valley here in the 8th inning, a lot of them with 2 outs. So Galati with his 4th hit of the ball game. And a hitting festival, 9 runs in here in the top of the 8th for Hudson Valley. They lead it 13-8, 2 outs. Galati at first, and some confusion over here. Who's going to come to the plate? It's Daryl Dreyer, the catcher. Fourteenth man to bat in the inning is Daryl Dreyer, the catcher, with Galati at first, 2 outs. The pitch, fastball inside from Dean Mann, who started this ball game, pitched the first 4 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs. Sacramento was leading it by a score of 7-2 after 5 innings. This one chopped to third. Miller lets it go. It's going to be no play. Picked up by Gonzalez, the shortstop. It'll be an infield single for Dreyer, and the hitting just simply continues. 19 base hits for Hudson Valley. And I can add up the amount in this inning, but a lot of them with 2 outs. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits in this inning. Couple of walks, couple of errors.
And a lot of those are with runners in scoring position. So, they are clutch hits.
20 hits in the ball game now for Hudson Valley. The pitch. This one swung on and chopped to second. Brown has it. Easy toss to first to Callejo, and the inning is finally over as Shannon Brooks bounces to second. But in the top of the 8th, 9 runs come across for Hudson Valley, and they lead it after 7.5 complete by a score of 13-8, and Sacramento will come up in the bottom of the 8th inning with their final shot. So 9 runs across in the top of the 8th inning for Hudson Valley. They now lead it 13-8. Milroy working on a complete game win. The first pitch in the dirt to Jake Miller. Miller, the third baseman, stands in from the right side. Head on the count 1-0. Milroy's next pitch, fastball high and tight, 2-0. He was sitting on the bench a long time as I guess roughly about 15 men came to the plate for Hudson Valley in that top of the 8th. So he was sitting a long time, and he kind of got to get back in that rhythm. 13 runs, 20 hits, 1 error for Hudson Valley. Sacramento, who led it 7-2 after 5 innings, now with 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. They trail it by 5. Their last at bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning is a time limit about to come up, and the 2-0 pitch in for a strike, 2-1. Nobody out, nobody on, and Sacramento needing base runners. Tenney is on deck, and that a strike. Looked a little low and inside, and I guess Brown, or I should say Miller, did not check his swing. It's 2-2 on the Sacramento third baseman. Milroy's 2-2 pitch to Miller. Swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's mitt of Dreyer. He's struck out. So Sacramento trailing by 5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, 13-8. 1 out. They're down to their last 2 outs. Bases empty, 1 down. And here is Joe Tenney. Pitch to Tenney, swung and missed. He was tied up on an inside fastball, 0-1. How things change. Scott Cruiser is on deck, third base side. In fact, we've got 2 number 16s. That is Cruiser, I believe. It does not look like Ruben Librado. Milroy has gone the entire 7 1/3 innings for Hudson Valley. The 0-2 pitch. That one swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts here in the inning, and Sacramento quickly down to their final out. And the win certainly. Scott Cruiser will come up with 2 outs. Bases empty here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and certainly the wind out of the sails of Sacramento with the 9 runs in the top of the 8th inning for Hudson Valley certainly will really knock the wind out of the sails of that team, and you can tell it from their body language. Yeah. 2 outs, bases empty, the pitch. That popped up down the left field line. Could be trouble. It's hanging up. It's caught, and that is the end of the ball game. Aguilio makes the catch in left, and that is the end of the ball game in a 1-2-3 inning as the Hudson Valley Bears, with 9 runs in the top of the 8th inning, win this by a score of 13-8. 13 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Hudson Valley. Sacramento was leading 7-2 after 5 innings. They finish with 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. Sacramento drops to 1-2 in the tournament. Hudson Valley, with 9 runs in that 8th inning, even up their record at 1-1. So again, the final score: Hudson Valley beating Sacramento with 9 runs in the top of the 8th inning, winning it 13-8. I'm Eric Anderson for Jeff Lowry. Have a good evening.